Panamal are known for their hard and fast rides. And they don't get any harder than their Palma Mallorca training ride. Thanks for that, man. Good pull. Just cycling through Palma in Mallorca because today we're heading to a group ride with Panamal. Guys, welcome back to the What Life. Let's roll. So we're back at Panamal in Palma, Mallorca for their training ride, which I joined last time and it might have caused a little bit of controversy. So I feel like it's time to go back with my tail between my legs, say some more hellos, maybe apologize, just try and get on better with people because maybe it was my fault. Anyway, it's a training ride, which I think means maybe rolling turns. I don't know. That hopefully they'll give us another briefing when we get inside. But yeah, Wednesday morning, 70k. It's like 2 hours long. It's a long one, proper one. So this one's slightly different to last time. Last time was just flat rolling Chaingang. This is, I think, maybe rolling turns, and then we go up to one of the monasteries and back down. It starts at 8, back by 10:30. Don't think there's a coffee stop. Let's see if it's actually happening.
On the big road, it's a big road, but it's a wide shoulder, so I think everyone should be safe over there. Then from Inca, we take it a bit easy to prepare the legs for the climb.
Right, 6 of us, good crew, good group, chatting racing with them, which is quite nice. They have races in Mallorca, all over the island, mostly on the weekends, like a Saturday. I flew in on Saturday, and apologies, because someone did message me about racing, but I couldn't make it work. Anyway, 6-person group, Chaingang on the fast, flat, straight roads. They said we're not trying to drop anyone. So maybe there's been a little change of perspective, or it's a little bit, it's so hot at the moment that it's not quite so busy. Like a few less people than there were last time. Got the route loaded up, got Ollie here from the UK as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then we got the St. Magdalena climb up to the monastery. Right, I'm gonna put this away now so we can do the thing. So the ride is registered at 8 AM in the morning and it is suggested to arrive at 7:30 at the Panamal store. However, what I have noticed is most people turn up 5 minutes beforehand, and there are always a few local guys and then a few people that have travelled to come and do it. Myself, Ollie and an Italian guy had come along to join the ride. One thing I will point out that this is a Chaingang, but it's a through and off Chaingang. This means that once you are rolling, you are continually moving positions either up the line or back down. No shade, but I will point out that no one was calling last or clear in the Chaingang, but there's nothing really wrong with that. It just meant you had to keep more awareness yourself when the last rider was coming through. Your boy being English and having good drills, I didn't mind saying last as I came past the bottom rider. The ride out wasn't crazy fast, and the only part of the course that I can compare it to from last year, we were 35 to 45 seconds slower. A lot more chilled than last time. Maybe, well, more measured. It's more measured, more controlled. There's 7 of us. One, our Italian friend, dropped off. Yeah, way more measured, more controlled this time. Led by the guys. I'm not here to critique. What am I doing? I'm not here to critique this ride. Just here to enjoy it. We lost one guy after 10-12 minutes or so, and a couple of the boys were happy to surf the wheels and not join the rotation. Ferdy, who was leading the ride, did a fantastic job of making sure that he didn't pull through too hard, which set the pace.
Quite chilled one actually, Ollie.
I don't think I'll ever
Right, we're 1 hour in and we're almost at the climb. So yeah, I imagine 3-hour ride. It's 83k, so almost bang on 50 miles. Oof. It's been good. Like, I like the size of the group. For me, it's perfect. And yeah, just like, it's been controlled way better this time. Yeah, and you're done.
And I'm done. Oh, we've done alright, we've kept up. We're 35k in, 250 watts average. Me? We'll make it home, right?
Yeah, it's the way back into the headwind.
I can go back by myself after bed.
Can't figure out which way the wind's going, so I don't know whether it's a tailwind or a headwind, which usually means it's a tailwind. Ooh, Santa Magdalena, loads of switchbacks, short climb, punchy. Legs are not having it today. After this, down we go, book it back, and that's it. So keep pushing, regroup at the top, water, pee. We might have lost Ollie. Short, sharp, punchy climb, 6-7 minutes. Some of the other boys are way quicker, but we are now just outside Inca Santa Magdalena, tiny little monastery. Right, time to Chaingang it back, book it back. We're 25 miles in, so 40k. An hour and 28. Be home in an hour and 10. So heading back, and the route back so far has been a lot of these back roads. Not so much of a chance to roll turns, so we're just booking it, which is quite good fun. Not as aggressive thus far. We've still got like 35k till we get back. At some point we'll join the main road and we'll roll turns again. Okay, I obviously spoke way too soon. Just the roads on the way back are more of these B roads that are slightly more rural. You'll see the impact that has in a second when Ollie absolutely buries himself into a massive pothole. So we didn't really start rolling turns until the roads made it a bit safer to do so. Before we get there though, have a look to the left here. You'll see Ollie almost completely eat it as the road actually disappears and he dives off into a massive pothole. We had a little stop and a little pee break at this point. So it might have been fair to say that on the way out it was a bit more measured, and Ferdy did everything he could to try and keep the group together with 6 or 7 of us riders. On the way back though, it was a little bit different and things started to get really spicy. Out the 6 riders, we ended up rolling turns basically as a 4 with 2 guys surfing the back wheels, which if you've ever done that, and it's not really something I do too often, does make it super hard because you basically get absolutely no rest, and then the guys who were surfing at the wheels would come and do a turn when they felt like they could or when the pace was just a little bit slower. It definitely felt like we were booking it back and we were going way faster. It eventually got to the point where we're just on the outskirts of Palma. 2 of the really strong local boys just absolutely started sending it solo, and they were basically swapping turns with each other on the front, and I was happy to sit third wheel and just hold on for absolute dear life. They were absolutely sending it as we went back into town. Knowing that we were only a few minutes from the end of the ride, I guess it didn't have too much of an impact, and we didn't really mind the group breaking up too much because we knew that once we got to the outskirts of the town, things would slow down and we could group back together. At this point though, I was just trying to hold on for dear life, and well, I'll be honest with you, it was a lot of fun holding their wheels and letting them do all the work.
Back in Palma. I'll give you a little bit of a debrief because very different experience to last time. Thank you. And I want to tell you why, but I'm going to get a coffee first. Oh boy! Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Good ride. Well done. Good. Thank you, guys. Good. Thank you, man. Good pulls on the way home. That was okay. Yeah? Thanks for coming. Yeah, thank you. So I'll hit you up. Different experience to last time. Ferdinand, who was the guy who I met last time, but I don't think he came on the ride last time. Or maybe he did. He was leading our group, and the one thing he did very well was just manage the speed of the Chaingang on the way out. Obviously, when you get coming back, the closer you get to Palma, the more you just like the reins come off and it kind of deteriorates. That's a Chaingang thing. That's a fast rider thing. But here's my thing. I'm not here to critique Panamal and the way they do stuff and who they are as a brand. But what I will say is that a ride like that, by virtue of its nature, the fact that it's like a training ride, is going to attract certain people, and it's going to have certain things happen on it. We started with 7. One guy dropped off after about 20 minutes of a 3-hour ride, just on a 3-hour ride, 20 minutes. He continued the route, but he did drop off. But then Ferdy was still saying, oh, he feels bad that, you know, someone's dropped off. But there's nothing that you can really do as a ride leader on a ride like that when someone drops off the group. But that is by virtue of that ride. That's always been my thing. I didn't mind getting dropped last time I came and did this. I just think that you know, the guys that lead the ride have to lead the ride. And that's exactly what happened this time. So I'm not saying it's got anything to do with anything, just I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We couldn't convince you to come along.
Today, still feeling a bit under the weather. Need to recover.
Right, we're going to go and do a big old ride around Palma, Mallorca. But yeah, who's the Panamal training ride for? You have to want to go and do a 2.5 hour firm ride for one. You got to be willing to do that. So bring your gels, bring your fluids and things like that. And we did have a stop because it's got slightly warm. But you've also got to be willing to roll turns and know how to roll turns. No, you don't have to know how to roll turns. You've got to be willing to do it. And yes, you've got to be willing to push. That's what that ride is. That's who it's for. So if you come to Mallorca and you want to get a training ride in, it's one to join. 8 a.m. on a Wednesday, and they do it a couple of times a month. They host it all on Strava. So go to the Mallorca Panamal Strava group. There we go. No sook this week, Chris Miller. Guys, see you on the next one.